Top 10 Things You Didn't Know About Rolls-Royce. Welcome to AIRDRIVE. Today we're taking a look at the most luxurious car brand out there. Everybody agrees that Rolls-Royce is a pinnacle of class when it comes to the most luxurious automobiles out there. Henry Royce spent 2 decades creating all manner of mechanical and electrical inventions before focusing his energy on the automobile in 1904. The English engineer was convinced he could build far finer cars than those being made on the other side of the Channel in France and was able to persuade his fellow countryman and aristocrat, Charles Rolls, he could do so. 2 years later, in 1906, the duo partnered to launch Rolls-Royce, and the rest is automotive history. Number 10. The first Rolls had 10 horsepower. Royce's first creation, which made its debut in 1904, had a 1.8-liter 2-cylinder that delivered 10 horsepower. The aptly named Royce 10 featured a 3-bearing crank and twin camshafts that actuated the side exhaust and overhead valves. To get everything hauling, that mill was mated to a 3-speed manual transmission. Number 9. The model for the Spirit of Ecstasy was shrouded in scandal. Rolls-Royce's now iconic hood ornament, the Spirit of Ecstasy, debuted in 1911. It was commissioned by car collector Baron John Edward Scott Montague, who based the figure's likeness on his secretary-turned-mistress, believed to be Eleanor Thornton. Earlier iterations of the sculpture have her finger pressed against her lips, reportedly a wink at their decade-long affair. Thornton perished at sea in 1915, en route to India, when a German U-boat sunk the ship she was traveling on. The sculptor of the statuette, Charles Sykes, adopted and evolved the design for Rolls-Royce, and it's been employed ever since. Number 8. BMW shelled out tens of millions for the rights to the ornament. When BMW bought Rolls-Royce from Volkswagen back in 2002, the rights to the Spirit of Ecstasy were held by Volkswagen. Subsequently, Volkswagen requested $40 million to transfer ownership to BMW, which agreed to the terms and paid the sizable sum. Number 7. The EU banned the illuminated Spirit of Ecstasy. The Spirit of Ecstasy may be the most famous hood ornament in automotive history. Because of that, Rolls-Royce hasn't changed it much since it was first introduced. That is, until 2016 when the marque started offering the option of an illuminated ornament. If that sounds sacrilegious to you, you're not alone. The lit-up Spirit of Ecstasy has since been banned in the EU. Is it because the government body is made up of automotive purists? It might be, but the official reason is that the illuminated ornament creates too much light pollution. Number 6. Over 60% of all Rolls-Royces are still on the road. Rolls-Royce has always focused on crafting durable, enduring vehicles. The commitment to superior build quality has translated into a startling fact: at least 65% of all Rolls-Royce cars ever to emerge from the production line are still operational and on the roads today. Number 5. Rolls-Royce once made a .50 caliber machine gun, and it was rather revolutionary for its time. During World War II, the head of the Rolls-Royce engineering team, Dr. Spirito Mario Viale, sought to improve the efficacy of the staple machine gun, the Browning M2. The Rolls-Royce 50 calories featured a locked breech, in lieu of the typical gas mechanism, and it fired at double the rate of the M2 and weighed more than 40% less. However, it jammed often and generated too much muzzle flash, so it never supplanted the Browning as the choice gun. One example is still known to exist, housed in the Royal Armouries Museum in Leeds, England. Number 4. A Rolls-Royce engine helped begin the 300-mile-per-hour club. Last year, Bugatti set the automotive world aflutter when its Chiron hypercar, piloted by Andy Wallace, hit 304.77 miles per hour. However, Rolls-Royce got to that enchanting speed first. Its 2,300 horsepower, 36.7-liter supercharged Rolls-Royce V12 engines were known for blistering performance and staggering speed back in the 1930s. Indeed, the speed record was set in 1933 by Sir Malcolm Campbell, hitting 272.46 miles per hour in the Campbell Railton Bluebird, powered by a Rolls-Royce V12. In 1935, Campbell took the rudimentary land rocket to the Bonneville Salt Flats in Utah and recorded a run of 301.33 miles per hour. Number 3. The brand's plain engines were so powerful the exhaust alone bolstered top speed. Rolls-Royce was equally proficient in manufacturing prolific aviation engines, including the 27-liter Spitfire Merlin V12, created in 1933. This engine generated such powerful thrust from the exhaust that when engineers simply angled the exhaust outlet backward, the Spitfire gained 10 miles per hour. Number 2, Rolls-Royce's electric plane is the world's fastest EV. Rolls-Royce's and automobile and airplane divisions were spun off from one another in the early 1970s and now have separate owners. The two companies still share the same name, though, along with the same hunger for excellence. Just look at the electric plane the non-car-making Rolls-Royce announced a couple of years back. The battery-powered aircraft recently hit a top speed of 387 miles per hour in testing, making it not just the fastest electric plane but the fastest electric vehicle, period. Number 1, you could only get a Phantom 4 if you were a royal. As Rolls-Royce gained a deserved reputation for elegance throughout the 1930s and 1940s, it became the only choice for the world's elite. This notion was further solidified in 1950, when the British royal family parted ways with Daimler to select Rolls-Royce as its preferred car manufacturer. Then Princess Elizabeth was the first to receive a Phantom 4, which became a model only designed for the royals and other heads of state. A mere 18 Phantom 4 models were produced, making it among the rarest Rolls-Royces ever. If you liked the video, make sure to share, like, and subscribe. If you have any ideas for the channel, let me know in the comment section and stay tuned for new upcoming videos.